Everybody. Thank you, President Gabriel, for giving me an opportunity to present my views on this, the United Nations Day of Tolerance uh, on Rotary and Peace Initiatives. Friends, today we are here on this, the International Day for Tolerance, which is marked by the United Nations every year on 16th of November. It is a day for respecting the cultures, beliefs, and traditions of others and understanding the risk posed by intolerance. Friends, today, if we look at the across the globe, today over 70 million people are displaced as a result of conflict, violence, persecution, and human rights violation. Half of them happen to be children. So we but refuse to accept conflict as a way of life. Although we see the conflicts day in and day out, we have been hearing conflicts between nations continuously. And being in India, we are one of the most affected nations of international conflicts. Uh, so, what is the role of Rotary? Role of Rotary in peace is very important because we need to understand that the background goes as far as 1921, immediately after the First World War. Rotary founder Paul Harris, he recognized the connection between international understanding and peace. And in a message to the 1921 convention in Edinburgh, Harris had said, Rotary believes that the better the people of one nation understand the people of the other nations, the less the likelihood of friction. And Rotary will therefore encourage acquaintance and friendships between individuals of different nations. So, friends, this is come from the founder of Rotary. And in the very same convention, our club, who is also the father of the Rotary Foundation, he said Rotary is not a university and yet it has an educational task to perform. And the task is to divert the world mind to thoughts of friendly cooperation. So after hearing this, the delegates of the 1922 21 convention in Edinburgh, they amended the constitution of Rotary to include a new goal. The new goal was to aid in advancement of international peace and goodwill through a fellowship of business and professional men of all nations united in the Rotary ideal of service. And this amendment to the constitution was immediately in the next year's 1922 convention. There was a sweeping change made in the constitution, and then it was created the objects of Rotary, which what we call today as the object of Rotary, as we have also been starting our meetings with the object of Rotary, and thereby this object, the fourth object, which reads as under, which we normally read daily, the advancement of international understanding, goodwill, and peace through a world fellowship of business and professional persons united in the ideals of service was brought into Rotary. Subsequently, slowly as it all developed, Rotary started forming the Institutes of International Understanding. Uh, it was initially started by Rotarians in Tennessee, USA, by organizing a program in 1934 to encourage and foster international understanding. The idea, which came to be known as the Institutes of International Understanding, over the next 10 years, that's up to the mid 40s, clubs in America, Australia, and New Zealand sponsored hundreds of institutes that drew thousands of people eager to learn more about the world beyond their borders. And in the midst of the Second World War in 1950, convention delegates adopted a statement, Rotary Among World Conflict. That is, the statement read as under, where freedom, justice, truth, sanctity of the pledged word, and respect for human rights do not exist, Rotary cannot live nor its ideal prevail. And therein, the then president of Rotary International, Walter Head, he also remarked that there must be a better way to settle international difference than the violence and called upon all the Rotarians to find it. This is how, friends, Rotary ventured into peace. And then, when the United Nations was being formed, Rotary International was one of the 42 organizations invited to serve as consultants to the US delegation to the United Nations Conference, which was commonly also known as the UN Charter Conference, that is the formation of the UN. And additionally, many Rotary members were invited from across the globe to be consultants in their own individual countries and their own individual nation delegations. Rotary and United Nations thus remain committed to creating lasting change that enhances international relationship, improves lives and communities, and creates a more peaceful world. Friends, this so emerged in the future that today Rotary International holds the highest consultative status offered to a NGO by the UNESCO. The Rotary Representative Network, established in 1991, maintains and furthers the relationship with UN bodies for its various programs, commissions, and agencies. And last but not the least, the Rotary started the peace forums. Why were the peace forums started? To raise awareness about the issues that cause conflict and activities that promote peace. The peace forums are basically a 3-year pilot program. Rotary leaders and invited guests such as NGOs, and they explore topics as NGOs and search for peace. And ultimately, in 1990, the trustees of the Rotary Foundation changed the title to the Rotary Peace Forum. And through these peace programs, the Rotary Peace Centers started to come into being. And these Rotary Peace Centers were thought to commemorate the 50th death anniversary of our founder Paul Harris, that is in the late 90s, as a alternate approach. The idea was very simple, but the impact would be very tremendous. So Rotary encouraged people already engaged in peace building as a career to apply for graduate level study in the field, and also they started awarding peace scholarships to various people. And ultimately the peace for scholarship started, and the peace fellow studies started in the year 2002. Rotary Peace Centers are located at 4 different universities across the globe. And thus, friends, we have seen how Rotary started coming into the peace projects, and ultimately it created an environment of peace. As a humanitarian organization, peace is a cornerstone of our mission. We believe when people work to create peace in their communities, that change can have a global impact. Our commitment to peace building today answers new challenges: how we can make the greatest possible impact and how we can achieve our vision of lasting change. We are approaching the concept of peace with greater cohesion and inclusivity. Rotary thus creates environments where peace can happen, peace for all time. And ultimately, Rotary ended up with the goal today to create environment where peace can be built and maintained through sustainable and measurable activities in communities worldwide. Peace building remains a cornerstone of our mission as a humanitarian service. So, friends, this was basically Rotary and the peace initiatives. I would like to once again thank President Gabriel and the members of Rotary Club of Wuze Central for giving me an opportunity to present my views on Rotary and peace on this, the International Day of Tolerance. Thank you.